Something that's kind of interesting is to think about the fact that what happened to Fate Strange Fake shouldn't have happened. And that's a dramatic quote and it's intentionally designed, but it's also completely true in what I mean. And that is the amount of delays this show went through normally should not happen. Anime is a business, production committees want things out fast. One Punch Man, see what happened there. Because spending extra money to refine things is not needed. Your average consumer will consume anything, and it serves its purpose. We've memed Fate Strange Fake for a while because literally we were getting an episode a year, and it became a big joke. But at the end of the day, I think of a very simple quote, and it comes from one of my favorite game developers of all time, Shigeru Miyamoto. That's when he said, "A delayed game is eventually good. A bad game is bad forever." And this is something that can be applied to more than just games. Delaying a game sure will disappoint people. And yes, listen, people bitch and moan about GTA getting delayed a billion times, but a delayed game is better than a rush game every day of the week. And honestly, it's the same thing. A delayed anime is always better than a rushed anime. And I think this tweet here, which came up on my feed yesterday, came out, they did release yesterday. Okay. Sometimes I see this stuff days later. But no idea who this account is, but it's actually interesting. They say, originally, Fate Strange Fake Whispers of Dawn was supposed to be released late December 2022, but it was delayed until July 2023 due to production issues, with the director saying they want to release the best possible anime they can. If you compare the 2022 sneak peek to the 2023 finished episode, then it is clear the studio made a lot of improvements. You can really see it during the second to last clip when looking at Gilgamesh's chest and face. Boy golly, do we love to look at Gilgamesh's chest, am I right? This tells me that Fate Strange Fake is in good hands and people who care about quality above all else, and I can't wait to see the rest of the episodes every week. And let's just take a peek, actually. It's only 20 seconds, but let's compare. So sneak peek, you can already see difference in the quality of the summoning circle, and just this is just a generic whitish blue tinge. Look at all the multicolors. Great. I mean, granted, we are on, well, it does say it's 1080p, but it's Twitter quality, let's be real. All right, let's take a look. Now, these types of shots, I think, in a vacuum, if you just look at the sneak peek, don't compare, this would have served, but you can tell the amount of detail added, like generic gold coloring, actual details, highlights, extra details on the face, absolutely different. This is actually a really good one. Still, like, people would screen grab this and say, "Oh my god, look at that face," but it's a wider shot, but look at the difference in detail in the faces here. Absolutely a night and day difference, and honestly, just the general composition and everything just so much better. Ooh. Hold up. Oh my god, that is a night and day difference. Holy shit. Oh my god, facial animation on point here. Honestly, this one was a little unfortunate just because the finished episode. But you can tell there is a difference between... Okay, this is actually good. Look at this. Serviceable. And I think the overall Sakuga animation when it comes to action would have kept this show from being claimed as a poorly animated. But you can tell there's a lot more refinement. I mean, I'm sure there's some people who will be like, "I like the bright gold color," but it's so boring. It's so flat. Like, this is actually visually interesting. Yeah, it's just a night and day difference. Basically, what I think was happening is they were just they knew they were rushed on time, so they didn't really have a lot of time to do a lot of great highlighting and stuff and extra details. So they just made as visually bright and poppy as they could just so it would look like... It kind of reminds me like what they're doing with the gold here, like adding extra like flame effects and stuff to swords when it's not moving just to try to overcompensate. And once they had time to refine, that's when they actually did proper coloring and detailing and all that stuff. And it is true. I mean, when you compare the fact that actually, let's take a look. This show has had an interesting release. Like, so episode 1 aired yesterday as of the recording of this video. They redid it. I watched it last year, right? And Whispers of Dawn 2023, episode 1 of Fate Strange Fake 2024, and then episode 2 2026. It's a ridiculous release schedule. In a perfect world, don't release it till it's ready, but honestly, it's from my understanding of this, it was always like they wanted it to come out back in 2022, 2023 era. They couldn't. So they said, okay, we'll just have episode 0 and we'll be good next year. And they weren't. And the fact that they were actually allowed to cook and refine yes, it's fun to meme the fact that, it took years just to get episodes, but we should be very appreciative of the fact that they actually were allowed to delay it. Production committees don't allow that often because, yes, you can make the argument, yeah, but if they refine it, they'll make more money. Not always. Most of the time, it costs more to refine than it does in terms of the profit they'll make from just releasing slop. So honestly, all in all, what happened to Fate Strange Fake is an anomaly, and very few companies, production committees, everything like that would allow this to happen. I believe a Kyoto Animation would, just because they have a very good work culture. But in general, this is a very unheard of thing, all in all. Like, at the end of the day, I don't think there's anything wrong with memeing the fact that we got one episode a year because it is funny. Like, every time I would come up, I'd be like, okay, guys, it's our yearly Fate Strange Fake time. And I did say it, I think it was with episode 1, the Heroic Spirit incident. I said, if they delay it again, I do think it's going to kill momentum. I don't think you can do this a third time. Whenever they come out, they have to have the show ready. Because otherwise, as big as the Fate name is, you can't continuously delay it. I stand by that statement. However, I don't think they were pieces of shit or anything like that. And not to say I've seen a lot of that type of negativity, but there has been that overall toxicness that ever since this started happening, it has happened. And it's just like, I do think whether it's games, whether it's anime, it's best to announce things when it's in the near future. But shit does happen. Things will unfortunately get delayed. And honestly, all in all, I have respect for the fact that they were not only allowed to delay this as much as they did after starting to release it, but most importantly, Fate is a big enough name. They could get away with a lot more minimal production and still have those Sakuga screen grabs and animation clips go viral to keep this series alive. But this is a passion project. The director and the creators involved in Fate Strange Fake, I mean, there's a whole Giga bullshit going on right now that Fate fans are trying to call him a tourist. No, it's like, if you gatekeep Fate, it's going to be hard to get people into it. Yes, the more Fate you watch, the more you'll enjoy this, but this is literally being designed as the most beginner entry friendly Fate they can. They are hoping that this will get people into it. But yes, stuff like Gilgamesh's reveal and all that stuff is going to be more enjoyable if you have previous knowledge. But like, you can jump aboard any fucking Fate show, and as long as you have basic media literacy and above a 3rd grade reading level, which I know a lot of Americans don't, it's statistically proven, as long as you have that, you can jump aboard anywhere. So this is a great time to jump aboard Fate. Honestly, the fact that the creators are trying to pour their all into it just brings me great joy. It's a great fucking time to be a Fate fan, and I'm so excited for the official new episode next week. Thought it was coming out yesterday. Shit happens, but I'm excited. You can let me know what you've been thinking of, Fate Strange Fake and the delays overall. You like me? Let me know. Drop a like, share, support, subscribe if you're new around your Patreon, catch all my full live reactions and all that fun jazz. And until next time, take care. Have a good one.